We have all come across those designer raffia pieces that we love oh so much, but the price tag is given. Now, why would I pay for that when I could probably get someone to make me that for less? Honestly, when you buy anything raffia and you're paying over 50, 60, maybe, okay, at best $100. I'm going to say $100 because a lot of raffia is handmade, and depending on how much time they took to make said items, the price will continue to go up. However, if you're paying thousands of dollars for designer raffia, baby, you're only paying for the name. If you've been here for a while, baby, you will know that I love anything raffia and anything fringe. Okay, I am not new to this, baby. I am true to this. I've spent $500 on a raffia bag. I've spent $1,000 on raffia sandals because I just love them that much. Now, this is not me telling you what to do with your money, baby. You could do exactly what you feel you need to do with your coin, honey. I'm just here to give you, some inspiration just in case you don't feel like spending, thousands of dollars on a statement heel that fits your aesthetic, or, just to help the girls elevate their closet. That's what I'm here for. And I also feel like there is just an epidemic of people losing recipes. Like, we're not as hands-on as we used to be. Like, we're allowing AI to do everything for us, and we're not using our brain like we used to back in the day. And I feel like we need to start incorporating ways to force our brains to function properly. You know what I'm saying? Take it with a grain of salt. Okay, I don't know what y'all do in y'all spare time, but from what I can see online, a lot of people are just scrolling, ChatGPT, Claude. And I'm not saying that I don't use these items either. However, I do draw a line when I feel like I'm becoming dumber. Okay, once I feel like I'm not as sharp and crisp as I used to be, I'm like, we got to get a hobby. We got to start using our hands again. We got to start using our brains again. And whatever, you might be called to do, whether that be making your own pair of shoes or crafting something different outside of fashion. It doesn't have to be fashion. You could be doing something totally outside of this realm, but as long as it's forcing you to actually use your brain, because if you don't use your brain long enough, baby, you will lose it. Okay, look it up. I'm not making this up. Okay, let me get back on track. This is my problem. I be talking too much. So what I did for the skirt, y'all, I went into Michael's. For this entire skirt, I used one pack of raffia, which came to about $9.99. If you got like a little Michael's coupon, it might be cheaper. I don't know. I didn't have a coupon, but I saw everyone else using a coupon. So don't be like me. Be a little bit better than me, please and thank you. The skirt I actually got from a thrift store, y'all. Like, when I tell you, the thrift stores literally have everything you need in there. As long as you're not afraid of a little washer and a dryer and some cleaning products, you should be thrifting a lot of your pieces. Like, I feel like the best dressed people are the people who will shop any and everywhere. And did I mention that the skirt was only $5.99 in a thrift store? So after I made this skirt, y'all, the total was a little under $20. It doesn't get any better than this. Mind you, I have two skirts very similar to this that I actually bought off of ASOS, and I believe I spent around like $85 or $90 on it. Keep in mind, my raffia on the skirt that I made is way fuller and thicker. I feel like my skirt is actually probably worth a little bit more. And y'all want to know what inspired me to do this? I literally just learned how to crochet like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it's only because I wanted to try this crochet hairstyle. And as I'm crocheting my hair, I'm just like, girl, you need to just see what else you can crochet. We're now on the back. This is just me lifting up the inside of the skirt. This does take a little time depending on how much you want at the bottom. I'm extra, so I want mine to be fluffy and cute, and I also might add a second tier depending on how I feel. I don't know if I want to do a second tier or should I just do a matching top. I don't know. We're gonna figure that out later, but yeah, let me turn around the front. So this is the front so far. It looks really similar to the skirts that me and my sister wore in New Orleans. It's really cute, and mind you, this is only one side that's full, so it's gonna be super full once the back side is complete. But yeah, a lot of creativity comes from just acting on your ideas immediately, like not sitting on them, not waiting, not seeing what else you could think of, baby. Just whatever you thought of from the jump, go do that. And once you start, baby, the rest will follow. I promise. Like, I literally had no idea how this would come out, but I knew, if I didn't like it, I could just unravel it and try something else with it. When I tell y'all the skirt came out so gorgeous, I actually want to try to do like 2 tiers. So I'm going to go back and get some more raffia from Michael's and add like a second tier just to be dramatic. I'm super dramatic if you're new here, baby. I like my clothes to have like something plain, but also something that's like a super statement piece. Like, girl, where did she get that from? So although the skirt was not something that I created from my creativity, it was definitely inspired by the skirts that have already been created. There are a couple of designer brands who also have skirts like these that cost a cute little coin. However, when it came to my shoes, girl, I literally went in blind. I honestly could not tell you what I plan on doing. I even made a few videos asking my audience, like, how do you think I should do this shoe? Do you think I should leave it down the middle? Do you think I should, you know, do the whole shoe? All right, y'all, this is day 2 of trying to come up with something for these shoes. I will be wearing them on a little girls trip we're going on next month, I believe. So it's important that I make these bomb as possible. So I got these beads from Michael's because I like the variety, and it had like little pops of color in there. And that's, you know, I feel like these were more me versus just having like a bunch of brown beads all over the place. I also got some leather cord that I'm going to use as part of like the ankle strap, because I wanted the beads to kind of like dangle around my ankle. But I also wanted to add a little bit of beading in between the raffia. So I also got some of this little stretch magic. Never used this before, but we're, you know, it is a learning process for me. I have seen people use this when they make the little beaded tops. Never seen this on shoes. So, you know, I mean, the worst that can happen is that it looks a mess and all I gotta do is just cut it off. So, and then as I started like looping and knotting on the shoes, I'm like, I actually love when I have a cute pair of heels that are 2 different type of designs on each shoe. And I honestly didn't know what I wanted the second design to be like, but I knew I wanted it to be obviously different from the other shoe. We're gonna fill in some of these gaps. We have like a little bit of gaps here, a little bit of gap right here that I need to fill in, but we also could add some beading right there. But I do feel like we're gonna keep it down the middle, and then once I finish it and I don't like it, if I want to do the whole shoe, I can go back and do the whole shoe. But for now, we're gonna keep it in the middle just for time's sake, and just to see what it's, you know, working with, what we need to do to make this look as bomb as possible. I cannot wait to show y'all the results. Hey y'all, this is how far I've gotten so far. I'm thinking about removing this scrap. I'm still going to use it for, you know, ankle support, but I'm thinking about removing it right here. Well, honestly, I can't do that. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep this on, but I think I'm gonna add some of the leather inside of this little area. We can add some of the leather string in there in order to give it like a beaded wrap around the ankle moment. And that's when I said, you know what? Let me do a little swoop-de-doo on the right. And let me see if I can just like curve this raffia up, add some beads to give it like, you know, that eclectic vibe that I also love. And this ended up being one of my favorite designs. I honestly wish I would have did like a winged design. Like one shoe would have went to the left and one shoe could have went to the right. That would have been so bomb. However, I just was trying to hurry up and get done with the shoes so I can like post the content to inspire the girls to do the same. So I actually did get my beads also from Michael's. Shout out to Michael's. If you're watching this video, call me now, because we got business to attend to. I have so many ideas. And honestly, me getting back to finding myself a hobby really ignited me acting on them ASAP. Like, there is no reason why I should be doom scrolling when I have these hobbies and these ideas in the back of my head. Like, girl, get off TikTok, get off Instagram, get off that man page, and get into your hobby. Like, y'all, these shoes turned out so gorgeous. I can't even believe that I did that, child. Get into the look. I'm so excited, y'all. So if this video inspired you in any way, if you love this video, if you want to see more of my random creations that are no-sew, however, I will be taking sewing lessons coming very soon. Let me know in the comments. Also, if you are not already subscribed, baby, hit that subscribe button, because we're getting very active over here on this YouTube channel. And I'm really feeling more inspired than ever. So shout out to everybody who has, you know, held me accountable and kept me on my toes over here on YouTube. Because honestly, my YouTubers are the main ones that'll come over to my Instagram and they'll be like, Isha, where you at, girl? We miss you over there on YouTube. Come back. Shout out to y'all, because y'all get me together every single time. And if it wasn't for y'all, I would not even be, continuously posting this year. Like, I've posted more this year than any other year. So shout out to y'all, and shout out to me for staying consistent. And yeah, I will see y'all in my next video. The next video might be like a long vlog. Also, let me know if y'all prefer voiceover videos or me talking directly to the camera, because a lot of times I don't post YouTube videos because I'm not talking to the camera. And I'm like, do people want to see that if I'm not talking to the camera, or do they mind voiceovers? I feel like for me, voiceovers are kind of like old school. And I didn't know if y'all really cared if it was a voiceover or not. But yeah, I will talk to y'all later. Bye, girl. Or guys, because I don't know who's following me at this point. But love you.